The need for conscious cultures has never been greater. We all hear the stories about record employee burnout, quiet quitting, and instances of workplace discrimination, mistreatment, and harassment. Conscious cultures are person-centered cultures that prioritize employee well-being and see people in their full humanity. In turn, a person-centered, conscious culture drives higher employee engagement and productivity, which leads to greater organizational impact and accountability. We see this connection in survey data, which shows that higher, more positive ratings on questions about workplace culture and higher, more positive ratings on questions related to accountability are statistically linked to higher ratings of overall satisfaction, engagement, and intention to stay at the organization. Given that each organization has a unique context, the data from the assessment does not yield a score, a grade, or a benchmark to rate a culture. Instead, we seek to evaluate an organization's culture by measuring employee perceptions of workplace values, norms, and interactions that align to Hansra Consulting's drivers of a conscious culture, which include strategy, resilience, understanding, reflection, transparency, and journeying. Let's take a deeper dive into each driver. The first is strategy. Conscious cultures are driven by strategy, using short and long-term planning and communication to honor people and maximize impact. Clear expectations help employees to understand how their work is aligned to the organizational mission and how decisions are made. Resilience. A culture that's driven by resilience demonstrates a belief that individuals can overcome challenges in supportive environments. Supportive environments are cultivated in safe spaces where individuals have opportunities to reflect on their needs and ask for individualized support. When employees feel that a request for help will be seen as a strength and not a weakness, it creates the conditions for proactive problem-solving and collaboration. Understanding. Conscious cultures are filled with leaders and staff who seek to understand one another. Conscious leaders create the conditions for psychologically safe spaces by leaning in and seeking to understand their employees, promoting trust, resulting in employees feeling seen, safe, and understood. Reflection. Conscious cultures practice reflection as individuals and as an organization for the purpose of continuous improvement. Reflection provides individuals with opportunities to reflect on alignment of actions and intentions, and to consider what support they might need to optimize their personal performance and development. At the organizational level, the practice of reflection allows organizations to assess the alignment of values and behaviors within the organizational culture, consider data for learning and decision-making, and to modify strategic direction as needed. Transparency. Conscious cultures promote trust through conscientious transparency, in that key knowledge holders in the organization have a responsibility to thoughtfully communicate the relevant information to the appropriate people. Leadership helps to create the conditions for conscientious transparency by modeling it in their decision-making and communication on path to build trust between leaders and staff. Journeying. Conscious cultures are driven by journeying, in that the work of living the values of an organization is never done. Journeying requires steadfast courage and commitment to learning and growth in the process of living the values. The results of the Conscious Culture Assessment are intended to be used for promoting transparent communication of organizational strengths and areas of opportunity relating to workplace culture, informing decision-making to identify priority areas for intervention and implementation to improve organizational culture, and identifying differences in employee experience and workplace perception between meaningful comparison groups where sufficient data is available. By engaging in this conscious culture assessment, your organization is committing to collecting the appropriate data to drive a conscious culture. That is a workplace where accountability and honoring one another's human dignity can both be possible. We know the work of culture change requires unwavering commitment. In fact, research shows that it can take easily 3 to 5 years to see gains from culture improvement initiatives. Given the investment of time and resources into this work, Regular monitoring of employee perception of the organizational culture provides crucial data for continuous improvement. As such, the Conscious Culture Assessment serves as a powerful tool to elevate organizational culture and progress towards creating a more conscious culture within your organization.